During this presentation, we will be making forward-looking statements regarding the future business and financial performance of Nokia and its industry. These statements are predictions that involve risks and uncertainties. Actual results may therefore differ materially from the results we currently expect. We have identified such risks in more detail in our annual report on Form 20-F, our financial report for Q3, as well as our other filings with the SEC.
Good morning, and thank you all for joining me. Over recent weeks, I've been asked a few times about Nokia's situation, not just over the past quarter or year, but something bigger. What is Nokia's journey? Where is the company at, and where are we going in the future? So I would like to take the next 15 minutes to provide some perspective. To understand our situation today, turn the clock back to 2014. After acquiring the Siemens share of Nokia Siemens Networks and selling our devices and services business, we were on a path to becoming a global leader in mobile infrastructure. But Nokia was still faced with a challenge and an opportunity. Let's start with the challenge. The chart shows market share in mobile radio in 2015, with Nokia in dark blue. We were about half the size of both our nearest European competitor and our competitor from China, who was about to embark on some fast growth. At that size, we could only spend so much on R&D, a real concern with 5G on its way. The only way to cover that cost was to have more scale, more customers buying more Nokia products. The opportunity, on the other hand, was one of scope. Nokia had a powerful sales channel to telecom operators. We were known, trusted, and respected. And our customers were willing to buy Nokia products across the full span of their networks, not just mobile. So we saw a way to increase our scale and our scope simultaneously. The answer was the acquisition of Alcatel-Lucent, which we announced in April of 2015 and closed in January of 2016. With that transaction, we added significant scale in mobile networks. As you can see on the slide, our revenue in mobile access networks jumped by approximately 24%, from around 10 billion euros in 2015 to almost 12.5 billion euros in 2018. Our market share increased from 16% in 2015 to 23% in 2018. With the acquisition, we doubled our R&D capacity, moving from spending much less than our European competitor to spending more. At the same time, we transformed our scope. You can see the scope change by looking at our revenue as shown on the chart on the screen. In 2015, Nokia was a mobile access company with a strong patent licensing business in Nokia Technologies. In 2018, our most recent report of annual full-year results, we were a very different company with a strong presence across all key network domains. To mobile access, we added transport, including IP routing, optical, and microwave. We expanded core capabilities, we strengthened services and software, and we gained a fixed access portfolio. But it has not all been smooth sailing. Integrating companies takes time and money. Products must be assimilated, overlapping sites and support functions need to be consolidated, complex IT systems have to be brought together. Never easy. And when there is a fundamental change in the market, it becomes even harder. Enter 5G. The consensus view back in 2016 was that early 5G rollouts would start in 2020 before accelerating in 2021. And then things accelerated. Korea started to deploy 5G in 2018. Other countries followed, particularly in the United States. So the chart on the screen shows just how compressed things became. Just look at the white lines. The dotted one shows the trajectory that analysts initially expected for 5G. The solid one shows current expectations. The difference is massive, and for Nokia, it presented a unique challenge. The reason for that is simple. At the same time that 5G was accelerating, we were deep into integrating the 4G portfolios of Nokia and Alcatel-Lucent. That was a massive effort that put enormous pressure on our R&D teams. We were able to address the 4G challenge. If you look at independent assessments from Ookla, Tutela, and RootMetrics, it is clear that Nokia now provides the world's best performing 4G networks. And this is a critical differentiator. Early deployments of 5G are all non-standalone, meaning that the quality of the 5G experience is heavily impacted by the quality of the 4G layer. But there is no doubt that the acceleration of 5G at a time when we were put in the midst of 4G integration made for a very challenging position. A position that is down to timelines rather than R&D capability or any fundamental structural issue. Now, that being said, we are making real progress. Today, we are winning 5G deals and deploying live 5G networks. In fact, this month we hit 50 5G deals and 16 live 5G networks. Some of those on the screen are among the largest 5G rollouts to date. All of this is good, but we still have work to do. We are determined to identify where we can improve and then do something about it. For example, one of the issues is our chipsets, the powerful processors behind every 5G network. There are two types of chipsets: general purpose, known as FPGAs, and function-specific, known as system-on-chips. FPGAs are highly flexible and immediately available, but they can also be expensive and power-hungry. SoCs, on the other hand, have long development cycles, but once available, they can provide high performance at lower cost. Now, every vendor uses both FPGAs and SoCs in their 5G products. But Nokia's mix is weighted largely towards FPGAs. Why? Because they allowed us to keep pace with the accelerated 5G market and gave us flexibility as 5G standards emerged. But they have created a product cost challenge for us. This will change. Our massive MIMO system on chip for both 4 and 5G is currently in volume production. The software development for 4 and 5G baseband system on chip is ongoing, and we will start to see more SoC-equipped 5G products come to the market starting at the end of this year, progressively improving over the course of 2020. We also have a comprehensive cost reduction program across all of our products: PCBs, power supplies, semiconductors, RF, and other analog components, and materials and mechanical parts. As a result, we expect that our 5G product cost and performance will gradually improve throughout 2020 before starting 2021 in a much stronger position. So that is 5G, a huge part of our business opportunity. Fixing 5G is an important way for us to drive value for our shareholders. But as I noted earlier, we are much more than a mobile radio company. And that brings me to 5 value drivers for Nokia. 5 reasons why we think we will be able to drive sustainable value in the future. The first is our end-to-end portfolio. Today, this is helping us to gain share of wallet, selling more products to more customers. And this is playing well. The share of multi-business group deals in our sales pipeline has grown from 30% in early 2017 to almost 50% in 2019. But that is only the beginning. Share of wallet can be followed up with blueprint architectural solutions that start to align network elements around a common architecture. This is followed by multi-domain integrated solutions, which are essentially sub-packages of a full end-to-end network. And then the Holy Grail, a true end-to-end wide area network 5G solution. The theory is that such an integrated approach can offer guaranteed mission-critical performance, TCO savings for our customers of up to 38%, and time-to-market gains of up to 12 months, again, for our customers. And we're moving to go from theory to reality by building 5 end-to-end solutions that fundamentally change the value proposition for customers. And they are end-to-end 5G, slicing, distributed cloud, security, and industrial automation. This is real. Each solution has a plan behind it with requirements to be implemented across all of our business groups. Now, only Nokia has the scope of portfolio to do this in all the world's major markets. It is uniquely ours. Second value driver, product leadership. Now, great products drive market share, growth, and margins. Having an engine that delivers constant product leadership, however, is not a simple thing. Right? It requires a unique mix of people, tools, processes, capabilities, and culture to make it a sustainable long-term advantage. We know that we will not get it right all the time. We get that. What matters, however, is if we get it right most of the time. And what we have is needed to do just that. The power of disruptive innovation coming from Nokia Bell Labs. Around 35,000 of the world's best R&D employees based all over the world, as you can see. The capacity and willingness to invest. A culture where calculated risks are not just accepted, but rewarded. These assets have helped us deliver market-leading products like AirScale, FP4-enabled routers, and the PSE-3 chipset-based optical products. And they provide us a sustainable advantage for the future. Third value driver, successful diversification into software and enterprise. These are two near adjacencies with faster growth, better margins, and better payment terms. Enterprise is already a €1 billion plus business for Nokia, and we expect double-digit growth this year, with more to come. Our primary addressable enterprise market has an estimated 2019 to 2022 CAGR of 7%. And we are well positioned to outgrow that market. Then software, Nokia Software, where our goal is to strengthen what leading analysts have already described as the world's leading telco software business, addressing a modest growth market of approximately 18 billion euros. Our primary addressable market for software has an estimated 2019 to 2022 CAGR of 3%. Going forward, we see opportunities in large-scale automation and digitalization transformations, in expanding to enterprise markets, and in developing recurring business models such as software as a service. In both enterprise and software, we have made excellent progress with the potential to create further value in the future. Value driver number 4, sustainable patent licensing. Net sales in Nokia Technologies, the home of our licensing business, has increased by over 40% from 2016 to 2018 to 1.5 billion euros. That is based on renewals of our long-term wireless patents, on generating large numbers of high-quality new patents, and on expanding in new segments. In terms of new patents, the chart on the screen shows reported patents for players in our sector as of July 2019. In fact, our patent numbers have risen since then, and we noted in October that we have declared more than 2,000 patent families as essential for the 5G standard. And we expect to continue generating new patents to sustain future licensing revenues. Elsewhere, we see opportunities in automotive, where licensees already include Audi, BMW, and Volkswagen, and in both consumer electronics and the Internet of Things. Overall, we believe that many of the 100+ billion connected devices online by 2025 will use Nokia's innovations, with the makers of those devices paying for that privilege. The fifth and final value driver is related to structural cost reductions. As I noted earlier, expanded use of system-on-chip technology is an important lever for reducing product costs, and we are investing in order to accelerate that progress. We're also investing in the digitalization of internal processes to significantly harmonize and improve productivity and generate cost reduction opportunities beyond 2020. In addition to these two things, we see plenty of further opportunities to remove costs in the future. Real estate consolidation, automation, particularly in services, less hierarchy, accelerated procurement savings, portfolio and regional exits where our financial standards are not being met. All of these things will help us drive margin to support investment in products and create value for everyone. So, there you have it, 5 compelling value drivers: our end-to-end portfolio, product leadership, diversification, sustainable patent licensing, and ongoing cost reductions. I hope I've made 2 things clear in my remarks today. First, that while we're not in any denial about where we stand, particularly in 5G, I believe that we have the right actions underway to deliver meaningful improvement over the course of 2020 and to ensure that we start 2021 in a much stronger position. Second, we have a well-defined set of drivers for the future. Some of these are near-term, some are mid-term, and some have a longer-term horizon. But all are important. All have our focus, and all can create value. Thank you.